Kshmr.
To the left side! To the right side! I want to see everybody's motherfucking hands in the air! 1, 2, 1, 2, 3!
Thank you, sir, for coming to the Berkeley College of Music. So actually, I got a few questions to ask you.
So, sir, when did you start making EDM and why did you decide to do this?
I started making EDM music because I felt like it was a way to be an artist and a producer at the same time. And I like the idea that you could paint a world with music production, you know, and not make it about just one person trying to be a star. You could kind of defy that and you could be someone with production skills that paints the world with sound.
Yeah, cool, man. The second question is that we noticed that your music uses a lot of true instrument, right? And the word elements. So what encouraged you to involve the word elements into your music?
Well, I think as an electronic producer, you run out of tools in your palette. So many of us use the same synths, silent, serum. To dip into real instruments opened up a whole new world for me, and the options expanded. I was able to approach dance music as a bit of an outsider looking in because I came from producing pop music.
Yeah.
So there wasn't this there weren't these rules so much with pop music. I mean, the real instruments got used all the time, vocalists get used all the time. So in dance music, I guess I just didn't see why you couldn't do those same things in dance music.
So like the third question is that how do you think about this year's top 100 DJs, the DJ Max one?
You know, I think they're mostly fair. Some of it is, of course, you know, you're gonna look at it and think, that's kind of crazy. But you know, it's about votes and getting the votes in.
The fourth question is that would you like to share some experience working with the new song Magic?
Yeah, so the song Magic, I started with this guy Adrian Lux, who's another producer and DJ. In the end, we couldn't really finish it together. We just had a lot of trouble kind of figuring out how to finish it together. I took it on my own and was able to find a version that I like, and I was really happy with it because to me it felt like Secrets or something.
Oh yeah. And his question is that for the song Elections, so what makes you to work with Jason John, and can you share some interesting between you and him?
I've been to China so many times now.
Oh really?
I tour there all the time. It feels like half of my shows, and to get to know all of them and to make relationships with people in China who are in music, which led me to do the song with Jason. And I think it was so nice after having visited so many times to do a song with someone from China.
Cool.
It felt like finally, you know.
Finally.
Yeah.
And okay, let's continue. And the sixth question is, do you have any plans or vision for the future of Dharma, and why you chose Dharma as the name?
Yeah, Dharma was the name of a song that I did.
Yeah, I know that.
Dharma also has my last name in it, which is Dhar, D-H-A-R.
Oh yeah.
So when coming up with the label name, that was what made it seem right to me, made it feel like the right choice. For me, that was an opportunity to take the different songs that people would send me as collaboration ideas that I just didn't have enough time to work on to be a collaboration. I could take those songs and I could still give them a platform, and I could put them out and support them with a label. The sounds of Kshmr sound packs that I've done are just too big to make them all the time. But with Dharma as a website and a place for producers to go, I want to give them smaller sound packs, tutorials, and templates even that they can open up and see how songs were made.
So the next one is there's actually a lot of your fans in Berkeley College of Music, right? So do you have any suggestion that you want to share with us, like for how to start to make EDM, or if you want to choose EDM as a career, what should you do?
I think it's definitely important to make your own music and not put an emphasis on DJing so much. I think that making songs is important. To not just make EDM tracks, because so many people do that. Like, you know, they're gonna make the crowd go crazy, but they don't necessarily develop an artist.
Yeah.
To create songs and to put the focus on that will just take you farther. And what I mean by that is to use vocals to make tracks that seem a part of a greater scheme that you have, and
like
presenting yourself to the world. The things that'll make you stand out are deciding on some style. Even if technically they're not as good as the other guys, they just stand out because you've decided to carve yourself into the scene with something different.
And the next one is that do you think it's appropriate to use other sounds, or it's really important for a producer to make their own sounds or sample?
I don't think individual sounds are very important to make on your own. I think that by the time a song is done, it will be the result of hundreds or thousands of decisions that you made.
Yeah.
You know, every band has to pick up a guitar, they have to pick up a bass, they have to pick up a drum kit. Are they all the same?
Nope.
No.
Absolutely not.
You know, there's the Beatles and there's the Clash. There's bands that suck that you never heard of, you know?
Yeah.
So to think that, oh, I'm not going to use a guitar because the Beatles use a guitar, that's not your personality. It's not as simple as whether you use a guitar or not, you know? There's reasons that a lot of these instruments get used again and again because they serve a purpose, but how you use them is what makes you an artist, what kind of artist you are.
Yeah. Do you have any suggestion for the EDM producers? How do they find the label, or how do they get the chance to perform or something?
Yeah, I mean, you can keep sending your music to labels, constantly emailing them to labels, put them on the internet, make them available to be heard, and promote them, but also accept that your best work may be yet to come.
As you know, Berkeley has a lot of Chinese students, right? So, and you have toured in China a lot.
Yeah.
And what do you think of the current EDM scene in China?
Well, I think China is such an exciting place to go as a DJ because it's still new, I think, relatively to other countries. Like Europe, they've had dance music for a long, long time. So it's a little bit harder to get them excited. And in China, you just feel that fervor, that excitement. So it's a great crowd to play for.
You got any plans for China next year?
It never stops. I mean, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm absolutely sure I'll be in China.
Yeah, cool, man. And that's all.
Okay, beautiful.
Thank you so much.
All right, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Good
You
talk.
too.